But I wanted to react to this new golf cart video, okay? So let's check it out, chat. We big fans of golf cart, you know? We big fans of golf cart. Say hi to YouTube.
With their first video to YouTube, the world was a completely different place than today.
The real story behind Faze's collapse, okay? This guy already made a video about Faze, but I guess cause they broke up, he wants to make another one.
I mean, Instagram didn't exist. Minecraft hadn't officially released. And Drake was yet to drop his debut album.
Damn, W Drake mentioned.
For over 15 years, Faze Clan has constantly sat at the top of the internet's food chain like some sort of unkillable giant.
Bro, it's actually dead. So sad, bro. Chad, look. This sign is officially dead. Isn't that mad? Bro, I used to do this shit, like, I don't know, like, when I used to take pictures with people, like, pose up, I used to do the face sign, like, I thought I was gonna be signed one day. Damn, bro, they really missed out, you know. Well, now they Hiroshima, you know, they cooked now, so it ain't my fault, you know, it's their fault. But like, damn, bro, we will never see this sign again, bro.
That same night, boom, cooked. Over the course of just 72 hours, every member left.
So crazy, bro. When Rug left, oh my god, that was the one that killed me.
And down went Goliath. How does that happen?
I'm not sure, brother.
How do you kill the unkillable? Is it money?
Wait, they talked to his Apex?
Where is it? Is it greed?
Please tell me they talked to
How
his
does the biggest
banks.
org in the world get replaced by a talent agency?
I decided to leave DraftKings.
Please tell me they talked.
When it
They
comes
talked
to
with the
Faze, there's
owner?
a lot that goes into it. I mean, you're talking about 15 years of problems building up until its final death. So before we really dive into the good stuff, we need to get everybody on the same page, at least on the important stuff. But don't worry, we're gonna speed run it. Ready? On a macro level, you have two eras of Faze. There's OG Faze and there's new Faze. When it comes to OG Faze, there's four names that matter the most: Apex, Temper, Rain, and Banks. They're the
I always liked, I don't know what it was, but I've always been a FaZe Rain fan. I don't know what it is. Like, he's been always from the OG squad. And this is weird, like, because most people don't choose him, but Blaziken, I don't know why. He used to make so, like, his videos were so good, like, his vlogs.
to one of the biggest names on the internet.
Faze Clan?
Together, they built one of the earliest blueprints for social media, pioneering things like content houses and paving the way for the next generation of creators. OG Faze reached the heights that it did because of how genuine it was. When they first started this whole thing, being an influencer wasn't even a thing, and neither was the money that came with it. But as
I like
the
new
OG
video
Faze
type
died
though,
alongside.
that they do.
As social media became a business,
I like
a crippling domino effect started.
This guy got introduced by somebody that everyone really trusted.
The founders brought someone in to help them grow as an actual company.
Steph came in and
The main,
started dividing
bro, they're literally talking with all of them. This is
The
fire.
CEO brought in more people, brought in investors until eventually it was too late.
I literally heard with my own ears, you know, people that got hired within a month or two saying, we don't need the founders.
The founders were essentially stripped out of their own company, and the friendship that Faze was built on was shattered because of it. The corporate leaders took Faze public, and it started out hot with a $1 billion valuation.
We kind of know this already, this part.
But within a year, the stock plummeted. The company was on the verge of being delisted, and bankruptcy was right around the corner. While that sounds horrible, it was actually the best case scenario for Faze. This was the
They restarted,
The company was running to the ground because the people running it didn't understand it. This rock bottom was the birth of New Faze. To fix the problems behind the crash, a company called GameSquare acquired Faze and put the people who knew it best back into leadership roles.
They put the
founders
OG
were
squad
backdropping
back.
shit.
Is we're taking this back.
Yeah.
And we're
Oh my god. They talked to his banks?
running it the fuck up. And your boys got plans.
For the past 2
They
years,
talked to
we
his
watched the Faze
banks.
Clan return to its former glory, dominating the internet as a group of friends who really seemed to be having fun making content. Or at least, that's how it seemed. Because we've now, for the second time,
Crazy
seen Faze
dub.
Clan crash
Oh,
and burn.
damn.
Except this time, I don't really think it's getting back up.
Yeah, it's never coming back now.
It's sad, bro. Cause this really did mean something to me, bro.
So
Damn,
how does that happen?
adapt.
How do you get a second chance, do everything right, and still end up here? Well, what I've come to realize is that the revival of Faze didn't play out quite how it was marketed. And to best explain it, we've got to start back at the blank slate. Just a few months before the
I
Faze
literally remember that tweet like it was yesterday, bro. When he tweeted, I got the password back, I was like, GG's. It's over. We got our group back, you know, our group. I'm including myself.
This puppy is crashing harder than DB Cooper when he jumped out of that airplane. A 95.8% decrease It is disastrous.
So early 2023, Faze's stock is in a freefall. Mass layoffs are happening left and right, and all of the
Damn.
Faze members are publicly trashing the leadership.
It's such a privilege.
Wait, I don't remember that
The
part.
board finally realizes it's over. They're bleeding money, they've got no plan to turn it around, and no investment bank wants to touch them. So they do the only thing left. They start shopping the company
Sorry, but this is why Simon's the GOAT, bro. Genuinely. I'm not even...
around. Basically looking for someone willing to make Faze their problem.
I don't know how long it was.
Yo, Alessandro! Fratello, my brother. How you doing? I'm good, bro. I'm checking out this video, the real story behind Faze's collapse. So I'm really trying to study, you know, and get... I'm trying to learn
First time in a long time,
the reasoning.
us four
W golf cart. W Alessandro.
We're talking, you know, actively.
So at that time, I sure remember even
How you been, Alessandro?
us four saying up to something, and it was like us four outside of like a mirror.
Who's your favorite Faze member?
Nothing's in stone yet. You know, we're still figuring things out, but I pray and I hope that things do, and I just genuinely believe.
Man, Norden's the GOAT, bro. Rain the GOAT. I don't care.
I think in the end of the day, we'll win. I just genuinely do. I don't know what it is. It's just something's telling me. My soul's telling me everything's gonna work out. I believe it.
Well, your soul is wrong,
As a
Mr.
group of
Rain.
four for all these months, trying to figure out what to do next. Decisions were made, things happened, and then really, you know, banks took the reins, and then it was kind of like just a big show.
Bro, what do you mean? Bro, Alessandro, you just said I don't follow Faze Run. Faze is done. There's no more Faze. Only esports, I'm pretty sure. There's no more Faze. So, like, before when you watched, who was your favorite Faze member?
At that point. And I'm not necessarily saying that in a good or bad way. I'm just saying that's what happened.
The founders got together and came up with a plan to take Faze back. They worked together to write a term sheet and pitched it to the board. Ultimately, the board said no, and the conversation shifted to an offer from GameSquare.
And I blessed GameSquare coming in and buying it because Kenna came to me before.
You missed the story time, Alessandro, by the way.
And said the only way that we're gonna do this is if you're the guy who's gonna run it.
On paper, the deal looked simple enough. GameSquare would buy FaZe Clan for $14
Emote only,
million
emote
in
only.
an all-stock transaction. They'd bring the founders back, put them in leadership roles, and let them actually run.
Banks' name is Richard Bankson? What a... like, that sounds like a rich person's name. Richard Bankston. Like, what? Tomas Oliveira. Oof, that sounds like a UFC fighter. Yusuf Abdel Fattah. Come on, bro. You see that
Three founders signed,
pronunciation?
one didn't. Now, building a business on social media is harder than most people think. I mean, growing
Yeah, he wasn't FaZe.
but
Yes,
actually making
Alessandro.
money from it is a totally
Was he your
different
favorite?
beast. That's where WAP comes in. WAP is an internet market designed
Get
to run every
the
part of your
hell
online
outta here,
business,
bro.
scenes content, as well as video.
We don't
They
get...
gave
Come
us
on.
a chance to revive the brand again. Like 100,000%.
This shit's gonna be a movie, and I plan
Oh, they
to
didn't
make
interview
everybody
him.
who thought they caught a bag and caught a lick on your boy
Tifu, yeah, he was
retard and feel
cooking
dumb.
at one point.
Behind the scenes, GameSquare made a move that would change everything.
Mine was
They took
FaZe Rain.
Clan and split it in two. Esports
Oh.
and social media.
Yeah,
For years,
that's what I
they
knew.
were under one
They
roof. Now
yeah,
were
they
separate
split it.
entities. Esports stayed under the original legal structure, but the content side, the streamers, the houses, the whole culture of FaZe
On
fell under
Fortnite,
a
yeah.
brand
I used to watch them when they
called
played Call of Duty.
Is Matt Cage coming in the picture?
Literally, I don't know. They are both from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Matt
Met
Kalish.
somehow. They bonded over CryptoPunks. Next thing I know, he's investing $11 million into FaZe Media.
Days after the
Damn.
acquisition finalized, GameSquare sold 49% of FaZe Media to Matt Kalish, the co-founder
Banks just bonded with him, so he gave him 11 mil? Yo, can I find people to bond with, bro? They'll just give me bread?
of DraftKings for $11 million.
That whole structure.
Of course I know
now,
Daquan,
I
bro.
was
Alessandro, come on.
informed. I was in the picture.
We need that.
If
We
you look at
need
the
that.
picture of the article, I was standing in the picture. But did I know anything about that article or the detail that was happening? No, not at all.
By late April, the revival began rolling out. FaZe wiped most of their roster clean, leaving
Yeah.
just a handful
You
of
know he's a
players.
GOAT.
Then they announced the new roster. A group
This
of
was such a
players
peak
weren't
time, bro.
vulnerable.
China, we gotta be honest. This was a peak moment.
Richard, hey, let's have a chat.
Who-
You dropped
who this
the
guy?
roster, bud. I think you also dropped the ball.
The internet was
Oh,
quick to
damn.
voice their
Oh, yeah,
opinions,
people
but
were
Vince
saying
had a
was
vision
buns,
and he was
yeah.
sticking to it.
I can't apologize.
Where is who?
For doing what feels right. I can't apologize for wanting this to be fun again. I can't apologize for trying to do right by the brand. If it was the right decision to step away or get out of the way, I would do that in 2 seconds. Because I
Was this when people were hating on
be mismanaged in a
on the rollout?
in the legacy
Daquan's retired,
so
bro.
long
He's retired.
that, like,
He got the bag and
all
he
I wanna
dipped,
do
bro.
is I want to see the brand run and win and thrive because it deserves to.
He knew if you take a group of guys, throw them into an
Oh, this was such a peak moment, bro. I don't know if you watched these streams, Alessandro.
It's the same strategy from the Faze
Repoker.
He was just
What's
trying
up,
to
my bro?
recreate that. With that 11 million from Matt Kalish, Faze created the perfect environment. They rented an LA mansion, paid for content ideas.
Nah, genuinely, I'm not even capping. Like, I feel like we never take in the present, you know. This period was so good, honestly, bro. The first subathon, so good.
Removed any
Japan
stress about
trip.
money or bills, and just let the streamers make the best content possible. By the end of 2024, it had worked. The new Faze roster had taken over the internet. Their clips flooded TikTok. Their streams became some of the biggest on the platform. They all set new peaks, breaking viewership
It was
and
really
subscriber
good.
records. At the Streamer Awards, Faze Clan was named the best content org. Banks' vision was proven right.
You guys have heard the story a million times. I guess I can run it through one more time. We got stolen from us, me and my boys. Shout out Tommy, Rain, Apex. Got it back. Did the only thing that there was to really do, which was wipe the slate clean, hit the reset button, give the fresh start.
I really thought this was gonna, you know, change Faze.
Who the Black Boy Max, Stable Ronaldo, who the is Silky? I guess now they know.
My worst year turned into my best. I ended up peaking at new levels that I never thought I could hit. You know, I met all.
That's gonna be us, chat. Best believe. Just wait. That's gonna be us. We gonna make it. We gonna make it.
Family, and I retired my mom this year.
Yeah, bro. I remember Faze Scissors, bro. You like the Fortnite Faze? I can see.
Changed my life, obviously.
Bro, this is a very well made video.
This is fire. We going for more awards next year for sure.
But as 2025
This is a good
picture,
video.
things started to shift. And to understand why, we need to talk about money. Specifically who owned what and who was left holding the bag. When GameSquare formed Faze Media, it started as a textbook 51-49 split. GameSquare moved all of Faze's IP, logos, and trademarks into this new entity and kept 51% control. Matt Kalish...
This is business, Chad. This is business. We gotta lock in. This is
That cash went
business.
straight into Faze Media's bank account, funding the houses, the staff, the whole revival. Simple enough. But then in June 2020,
11 mil.
a player entered the game. Banks wanted his piece, so he took out a $9.5 million loan from Matt Kalish, then used it to buy out exactly half of GameSquare's stake, making him a 25.5% owner of the company. Diamond Hands...
No way, wait. Banks did that? Who invented Faze? It was Banks, Apex, Rain, and the Temper. But wait. Banks owns 25%?
But if Banks has been involved in this process since day one, and gave GameSquare the blessing to buy the entirety of Faze Clan, as he has said, how did he end up letting them sell an eighth of the business back to him for basically $10 million when they bought the entire thing for 14? Like, why give GameSquare...
Bro, he scammed them. Bro, Banks spanked. Banks scammed them.
An eighth of the company.
Well, I think the most obvious answer is the correct one here, where it wasn't planned and things just started happening and you took advantage of it as things popped up.
Here's the thing. Unlike Kalish's original $11 million, which went into building Faze Media, Banks' $9.5 million didn't help the brand at all. So that money went straight to GameSquare's corporate balance sheet. GameSquare got paid, and they were willing to sell because they'd already gotten what they wanted. Listen to the CEO.
But why would he loan money from the CEO, or like from Matt Kalish, to then use the money to buy shares of the company that Matt Kalish owns? Couldn't he just tell him, oh, maybe he didn't want to tell me that's what he wanted to do, so he actually loaned money from him just as a loan, but then bought that instead? Like, he wouldn't give him the money if he knew the actual reasoning. You know what I mean?
Really, there's two main assets, Faze Esports and Faze Media. The Faze Media side of it was an asset that we helped clean up, but for us,
American.
in the public company environment, our focus was on Faze Esports. Gives us real reach with audience. Faze Esports is profitable, it's growing. You know, Faze Media is still in a bit of a rebuild, it's burning a bit of cash, so...
The media side, the streamers, the content, was just an add-on they were happy to offload. They got the esports teams they actually wanted.
So the esports was actually the one that's
for selling half of something they considered
more profitable? Really?
But GameSquare got paid twice.
Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
In November of 2024, they entered into a $10 million convertible note transaction with Matt Kalish. To translate,
Yes, sir. Champions League. Come on.
Matt Kalish gave them another $10 million in cash to pay off some other
Who you got winning?
and in return, he could either take shares in GameSquare itself or claim their remaining 25.5% stake in Faze Media. By April 1st, 2025, the deal closed. GameSquare's remaining equity was transferred to Matt Kalish, making him the single largest shareholder of Faze Media with 75.5% ownership.
Interesting.
Founder of DraftKings is Matt Kalish, who is on the board at Faze.
So, to
Interesting.
recap, GameSquare
Very
bought Faze
interesting.
Clan for $14 million in stock, then sold half of the company back to Banks and Kalish for $20 million in cash.
Oh, okay. Kalish and Banks were like a different entity when it came to
And still got to keep the part of the company they actually wanted.
esports.
The esports teams.
Meanwhile, Banks and Kalish funded the media side.
Meanwhile, Matt Kalish had poured over $30 million in
Yeah.
with Faze,
Exactly.
and once he got majority ownership, he started trying to recoup that money.
That's when the shit happened. He tried to tell him, pay, piece of your sponsors and stuff.
From day one, Banks and Kalish seemed closely aligned.
What's going on, buddy?
Matt, you're on vlog right now.
In August of 2024,
Inter
Banks said on a
Budeglimt?
podcast that Banks
Yeah, bro.
owned the
I
majority
hope
of Faze
Budeglimt
Media.
win.
So Faze Media is a company that we just set up a couple months back. Banks Group actually owns the majority of it now, 74.5%, I believe is what it is. Finally.
And just days after Kalish received GameSquare's 25.5%, Banks tweeted out that he owned 100% of Faze Media.
Seriously?
Which I'm pointing out because he's essentially framing the two of them as just one entity, almost like they're inseparable. By May 2025, conversations about restructuring Faze started happening. At this point, money was flowing one way. Faze funded talent, covering 6 figures per month in rent, content costs, staff, food, but wasn't seeing anything really come back.
How does the business of Faze work now? Like, who owns Faze?
Obviously, we don't own a crazy amount because we're not the ones who put up.
I saw his interview.
To do the house, $1 million for employees, for content, or whatever.
They'd signed sponsorship deals with G Fuel and 4Loco worth millions, but millions go quick when you're bankrolling an entire content operation.
That is true.
Leadership started
That is true. It does
a
go
revenue
quick.
split with talent. Rumors online speculated 80-20. Talent keeps 80%.
Most
Faze
probably
takes
in San
20%
Siro.
of everything.
Yeah.
Twitch revenue, YouTube ad money, sponsorships, the whole.
Oh, this is a great video. I'm learning so much.
Where they would be giving up 20% of their income to join Faze.
I'm gonna be honest. You guys freaking out about 20%? That is not crazy. 20%? That's like a market rate.
Initially, not much came from these early talks. Faze kept paying rent, covering content costs. Meanwhile, the talent kept growing. Stream viewerships rising, subscriber counts climbing. The guys in Faze were printing money as some of the biggest names on the internet, and Faze was still paying most of their expenses.
I live in an $80,000 a month house.
And then they told them from out of nowhere, yeah, but we gonna need to start getting money from this. You know, we need to recuperate some of it.
All of my best friends.
And
I
they
get to
dipped.
wake up whenever I want. I get to go live whenever I want, and I get to do whatever I want for free. And then I get to make 100% of the money I make.
Yeah, that's a dream. Like, it doesn't even make sense actually when you think about it. I would also leave if I was them.
How can I not sit here and be blessed?
Then on June 27th, something interesting happened. A trademark was filed for a talent agency called Hardscope. But the funny thing is, it was filed by Faze Media.
Just to recap for you, chat. Basically, what it is when Faze first was in the dumper, you know, they decided to like make a media side, you know, and they imported like Lacey and these guys, you know, and to incentivize them to come at that time, because Faze was like, you know, in the shitter. They were like, yo, you know what, we won't take anything from you, just come and stay here, and you know what I mean, we'll do good, and you will get paid everything 100%. No, we'll take no fees, you know, probably from sponsorships, you know, and stuff. But like, they had to do that so that the brand name can, you know, like get better, because it was in a very bad place, you know. So it does make sense why, like, and then you go from zero taxes, and then like they come and be like, yo, we need 20% off everything you do. It's a bit, I can understand. I can understand why you want to leave.
By the end of the summer, two things happened. First,
Oh,
after a series
this
of drama
thing,
that Banks was constantly at the center of, the talent asked him to step down publicly from his role as CEO. Banks doesn't make content, and the backlash from his actions ultimately fell into the talent's chat.
This was a
They
L.
were the ones left answering for it. So, he stepped down.
Faze Banks stepped down as CEO of Faze Clan.
Banks had just recently stepped down as CEO.
There's a lot of being handled in the back end that y'all just don't need to know about?
Second, after negotiations continued to escalate, one member decided to leave Faze entirely.
Yes, I'm leaving.
I feel like this is what made everything get bad. This was the issue.
Like I just say, I can't fully go into depth while I'm leaving Faze, but I am leaving.
Blackboy Max said he wanted to build something that he actually owned and shared concerns over what control talent actually had.
And person who introduced me tells me, according to my assistant
Oh, this
and
stream
my
was
creative
mad.
director at the time, who were sitting in on all calls.
This was a mad stream.
Tell me I have to fire my manager and get rid of him, or I can't be here.
Which is valid, because if Faze can make the houses, the furniture, and the staff appear, they can also make it disappear. As negotiations continued, Heartscope
Fact.
the agency started hiring
Fact.
employees, started to make a portfolio piece based on the success of Faze Clan. By mid-November, logos were being finalized. Long-term Faze employees
Bro, this
were
is
being transitioned
golf cart. Amazing video.
to a new agency. It was becoming
Jesus.
clear that Heartscope was the future of the business for Matt Kalish. Then he made it his full-time focus. Matt Kalish announced that he was stepping down from his role as the president of DraftKings, a company he co-founded 12 years ago and turned into a billion-dollar
Damn.
behemoth.
I decided to leave DraftKings and transition out to do this full-time to launch Heartscope, which is kind of the platform that Faze operates on. You know, I felt like
I didn't even know about
it's
this
right for me to
Heartscope
go
shit.
all in on that, and I'm really excited to be doing it.
In his announcement post,
Fuck is a
on
Heartscope?
LinkedIn, he teased what was coming next, a new platform focused on the creator economy. But he closed with something that, in hindsight, sounds
His face is unsettling, you know, like it's like that billionaire face, you
The
know.
details close to the vest until mid-December. Those who know me understand my DraftKings DNA runs deep. In everything we do, we always play to compete fiercely and win.
Oh, that doesn't sound good then.
The official launch of Heartscope happened at the Streamer Awards.
Welcome to the 5th annual Streamer Awards.
QT.
The same night, multiple Faze members stapled their names into internet history. The same night, Faze was crowned the best content org for the second year in a row.
And a streamer will go
You know, I hope OSCS. Wait, their name always is kind of hard for me. OSCS. Yeah.
Heartscope's
I hope
launch video
OSCS
will
gets it
start
next
the
year.
event,
That
broadcasting
I
how
really
they
do.
revived Faze Clan, and we're now opening their services to creators and brands alike. That's when conversations ended and ultimatums began. Sign a contract or get out.
You know when this started though?
Yeah.
We just won a fucking stream org of the year game. That same night went to hell, chat. We didn't even have time to celebrate. That same night.
They got hit with contracts.
GG.
Bro, and we didn't know.
2 years, bro. Back-to-back orgs of the year. Like, the guys were crushing it. Everybody was doing their own thing. I just think the infrastructure that was put around Faze the last 2 years, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how.
But the thing is, it does. It's like a. I don't want to be like, yeah, the billionaires maybe have a point, but like, if they gave you everything for free from the start, I know to build up their brand again, like they're gonna have to recuperate their money in some way or fashion. You know what I mean? Like, come on, like I don't know.
led to that. Like,
I don't
this
know.
can get so bad that everyone's forced out because of just stupid deals. An org isn't anything without the talent.
The entirety of Faze,
That is
both
true.
the streamers who had just joined and those who'd been a part of it for over a decade, officially.
The adapt one was
Yo, chat, y'all
tough,
seen
bro.
the news? Who's seen the news?
I don't want to be cliche. I don't want to drag this, but as you can tell by the title, I left Faze, and it's really.
This one is
something,
also
like
tough.
I said, I don't want to be cliche, but something I never really expected to say.
He was there for like almost 20 years.
You know, I
The rug one hurt.
We decided as a group.
This one was just funny more.
Obviously, it was in our best intention to leave Faze Clan.
I have officially left Faze Clan. It is sad, man. It really, really is sad.
That is fucking sad, yeah.
Especially for me, man. We got so close to fixing it, and we just won Org of the Year, and it's sad, bro. It is. Even now, talking about it, it's sad. 14 years later, that
Y'all
this is
crying, bro. I ain't crying, chap.
It will be coming.
Yo, turn it off.
To an end, man.
Yo, turn it off.
I don't really think anyone's the villain here. It's hard to blame Matt Kalish. for
This is
wanting
what
to
I
keep
said.
going. He poured in.
This is what I said. It, like, it kind of makes sense business-wise.
In the direction he's taking with Heartscope, it's objectively a more sustainable business model, something they can actually scale in ways a content group never could. As for the talent, if those contracts had been on the table from day one, a lot of them probably would have signed. But
You see what I
can't
mean?
Expect them to sign now. Not when they're this big.
Not now.
when they've seen what
Exactly.
happens when someone else controls your brand. Because Faze proved it. Twice. Social media is a business now. And if you don't own what you build, someone else will decide what happens to it.
This was one of the worst decisions I've ever made in my entire life. I gave up my entire adult life to this. I have never made not one.
But you do own, you owned, I don't know if you still do, like 75% of Faze Media was Matt Kaler, so like...
Singular dollar outside of my salary.
Come on, brother.
Via Faze. Not selling it, not buying it, raising money. Where's the money? I'm this f***ing guy who's trying to take everything from everybody. Where is it? Then why the f*** am I millions of dollars in debt?
When it comes to Banks and
Is
what
he?
he owns, things get pretty blurry fast. From the surface, it looks like Hardscope falls under Faze Media, which would mean that if Banks still owns his shares of Faze Media, he'd technically be a part owner of this new talent agency. You know, the one that's now the full-time focus of a multi-billionaire with a proven track record of scaling companies to insane heights.
That's what I was about
Banks
to say.
has tiptoed around this topic. From what I've seen, he's never publicly said he sold his shares. He's just said that he's not involved in Faze, but has never spoken a word of Hardscope. But all in all, the real problem
He has
with Faze
shares,
was
bro.
the people. It was always the same impossible question. How do you turn magic into a business without killing the magic?
Faze
Oh yeah, Temper got kicked out after
still own the
we all
IP
know what,
for
right?
Faze. Can it ever exist again?
No, while it's in their hands because they technically own the IP. They, at this point, you know, Matt Kalish has enough money to just let that die if he wants to, you know, and just like never sell it again. And I don't know, really anything could happen.
Would you want
I think
to see
let it
Faze
die.
revive,
I know it's
come back
sad,
from
but
the
like...
dead once again, even if that meant that you couldn't be a part of it?
I don't envision that it's going to be attempted to be revived, but maybe I'm wrong. I really don't know.
I think everybody's kind of like just defeated at this point. They've given up.
That's how I
They have
feel.
a sliver of hope. Maybe even me, like why I still live in LA? Like why the f do I still live in LA? Like I've been in this apartment for 5 years. I fucking hate it. Why do I live here? Maybe like the whole time I lived here, like I wanted to move, but there was a sliver of hope. Maybe something will change in Faze. I want to make sure I'm here for it. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason.
I think part of me needs to just bury it and move on with my life.
That is true.
As hard as it is, like, I always love it. I always
Imagine if it's hard for normal people.
to be successful. I just
Imagine
don't know what
for
that would
them,
mean if
bro.
it came back again.
The ultimate downfall of Faze Clan highlights the fundamental problem with the business model behind content groups. We've seen it time and again.
That's why Sidemen's the GOAT.
The only group that has truly stood the test of time is the Sidemen, and the reason why is pretty simple. They own the company themselves. Every member
Fact.
has equal shares and voting power. But most importantly, their friendship is priority number one. And that's what makes Faze Clan's story so tragic. They had that too once, but as the business evolved, it shredded everything that the logo once stood for.
The reason Faze fell apart is there was no glue in the foundation of our friendship. What makes me sad is like, no way we built something that low-key just changed the internet. It did. And yet we built something so beautiful yet don't have an unbreakable bond, and it breaks my heart. That alone...
That does sound so sad.
There was no saving Faze, because if the brotherhood wasn't there, Faze isn't there.
I think as things got bigger, as a lot more people got involved, I think everyone just grew apart and just had different things we focused on outside of Faze. That's like a normal life thing anyways, you grow apart from people, but throw in all this, and it's just like, you know what really sucked the most was...
But that didn't happen with this
the
Sidemen
only time
though.
that we would talk was about problems.
In 2021, I actually was dealing with severe financial issues because I paid $1 billion in medical bills. I have insane family expenses, taxes, of course. I was getting rinsed left and right while making no income, and Faze knew that, and they wanted to give me a lump sum of like, what, $500K that they owed me. And they said, but sign an NDA, we're not paying it. Called my mom, said, Mom, you're trying to hold this money over my head. I know we need it. I'll sell my cars, I'll sell my jewelry, I'll sell whatever.
I did. Wait, no, I do know that. They told him to sign an NDA for $500K. Rain is he's an actual man, bro. That's a, bro, like, most people would just take that money, bro. He said, nah. Fair play, bro. And look, now he can talk as much as he wants, you know. And he makes good money now, probably.
And I love my family because they were proud. Here, not bad.
Damn, man.
I do still feel the human emotions of being sad, thinking if I think
That's
too deep of
sad.
it, or look back at old videos or whatever, like it gives me a really weird feeling in my stomach.
Okay, my bad. What were you saying?
Yeah, I think we were just talking about,
Oh, the NDAs and stuff.
yeah.
That's
Now, my
fucking...
bad, because that time is so sensitive for me, bro. Like, because again,
That's
one thing I
sad.
don't like is like I'm the only one that didn't sign the NDA, and like when they were trying to force me to get the money, and they knew everything I was going through. I don't know.
Damn, everybody else signed the NDA, but that's why I told you, Rain is the GOAT, bro. Rain is the GOAT.
I mean, Banks kept saying, "I don't see the problem. Sign the NDA. What do you want us to do?"
What a
and it
G,
just
man.
fucked me up, bro. Because
Wait, what
they
did he say?
I don't see the problem. Sign the NDA. Everything I was going through. I don't know if Apex did too much, but I mean, Banks kept saying, "I don't see the problem. Sign the NDA. What do you want us to do?" And it just fucked me up, bro, because they did not see a singular issue with them holding money over my head and saying like, "No, sign this NDA or we're not giving you shit."
Yeah,
Fuck,
it's
man.
it's not the best, unfortunately, where we're at. Like, are we all ever gonna be in the same room again? No, probably not. Like, I was gonna say maybe when someone dies, but I think even if someone dies, like, I don't know if everybody. Like,
Seriously?
I can't tell you who would show up and who wouldn't.
Some of us will never be able to get it out of our system, bro, because it's such a one-on-one experience. Like, I'll never get to be a kid again, right? So I'll never get to build my childhood dream as a kid and watch it come to fruition. I'll just never have that again.
You know, I have just a deep love, genuinely, for like Faze. Everything to do with Faze. All the people that were in it, all the people that supported it. Just sucks that most people are gonna remember it for the nastiness.
Blaze,
that
man.
happened.
Tico.
Like, people that know, the people that experience that feeling that I'm talking about that I can't put into words. No, and I just love connecting with people that have that same feel.
Is that
and I'm sure a
Jamal?
lot of people that are watching this are those people too. So, you know, I'll be on the internet watching and figuring out where to plug in, like I said. But yeah,
Man,
nothing else to say, but
W-Apex,
thank
man.
you guys for having me on it. And,
Real legend.
You know, shout out to everybody that supported Faze at any point. I appreciate it.
Damn, man. Bro. Golf cart once again, bro. Just cooking with these videos. That ass. What a video, Chad. W golf cart.